Welcome. Today I'm gonna talk about enlightenment. It's cool to see that a lot of people these days are talking about enlightenment and spirituality and stuff. And as someone who practices this these aspects of spirituality, I want to talk about something that I wish I knew. Something I wish I was able to comprehend before. So I'm going to talk about enlightenment. It's a state of consciousness. So it's a state of consciousness, and it's that experienced in the typical understanding of the Buddhism, that you meditate for a while and you understand it, and now, wow, boom, bam, now you understand the universe. So that's not how it works. I need to say that first. That's not how it works. And that's not the entire description, or that's not the most appropriate way to describe what enlightenment is. And yes, I used to think the same way. You meditate for a while, you eat clean, no smoking, no alcohol. You just be a good man, and you suddenly I just receive a light, and bam, now I'm enlightened. I used to think that too, and it's not it. That's not it. It's utter bullshit. It could be in the same narrative as, yeah, I did ayahuasca and I'm fucking enlightened, bro. It's fucking easy, life is cool and all that. Or you do some DMT and you see some fucking deities or whatnot, and you're like, holy shit, now I see the other side of reality, that and now I'm fucking enlightened. It's bullshit. Okay, it's bullshit. It's so the modern day descriptions of what enlightenment is so confusing for a lot of people who just started. I'm not saying that it's bad that they started. I'm saying that it's bad that the information is so limited. Or it's not bad, it's more like it's unfortunate situation, but it's also a very well-made trap. It's a very well-made trap, thinking that you can just get it so easily. The truth is, it is rather simple. The methods of being enlightened is simple, but it's a process. It's a process, and it takes fucking time, okay? And just because you smoke some fucking DMT and drink some ayahuasca in the middle of fucking South America doesn't mean you're enlightened. And I thought similarly. So let me just explain a little more about this enlightenment. It's not a one-time thing. Okay? It's not a one-time thing, and there are levels of enlightenment. This euphoria and this great feeling that you have after reaching non-dual light, or removing the automated thought processes that you have in your back of your mind, turning those off, or getting inner peace at this retreat or during meditation session, it's more of a sample. It's more of a sampling thing. It's more like a tutorial phase. Oh yeah, you can be like this if you do certain things. And people don't really receive the right kind of education or informations that's just a fucking sample. That's not the whole thing. That's not a whole thing. But it's definitely something. But it nevertheless, it's not the whole thing. And I remember when I had that experience, I thought, wow, these hours and hours, months and years of meditation, finally, I have attained the enlightenment. Now I'm fucking cool, and I can say whatever the fuck I want because I'm enlightened, bro. Trust me. And I used to be like this. It's bullshit. It's complete bullshit. And I learned that by asking this question, okay, I'm enlightened, but how come my life is still like this? And how come I have these inner problems? How come I react to certain things in this way? And how come I say about certain agenda in certain way? And how come I still have certain habits that doesn't sound so enlightened? And then I realized that the whole thing, the whole process of being enlightened, the whole spiritual path is basically following this structure. Resolve your psychology, read books, eat well, fucking work out, sleep well, these basic things. But the structure is to resolve all this psychology and be able to keep up with that. As in, sometimes when you resolve, like in the process of resolving your psychology, shit gets tough because you don't want to accept that. You don't want to admit certain things. And sometimes it's so difficult that one lesson could take more than one time. As in, like, it could take periods of like years to resolve this one psychology. I cannot think of an example to give one right now, but okay, so I'm South Korean, and I have to resolve a psychology that I am so attached being a South Korean, right? So if somebody would talk shit about South Korea, I would think, or I would have this emotional reaction that, oh, well, he doesn't fucking know, or she doesn't fucking know what South Korea is. This bitch better fucking get the lesson. And I would talk about Korea, why it's not a bad country, or why that this opinion is wrong. And resolving the psychology would be like, okay, this person, I mean, if I resolve the psychology, it would look like this. If somebody talks bad about South Korea, which I am attached to, the identity of being Korean, I would not have the attachment anymore. And if somebody talks bad about it, I would rather have this thinking or observation that, that person doesn't like Korea, or that person didn't have a great experience about Korea or in Korea. Okay. And that's it. There's no emotional reaction or me trying to defend or all that. It's this one thing, identifying myself with this nationality or my ethnicity. That's resolving psychology. I'm not attached to it anymore. That's what it is. And when you resolve these things, well, the first one would be like the ones that's given to you, like your nationality, your gender, your education, your name, all these like very physical things that you're just given when you're born. These things are rather easy, actually. These things are rather easy. And then there's like then there's other things, like the experiences that you have. Oh yeah, I studied this for whatever many years, and if somebody asks you who are you, and then you would describe or you would say your profession, being a plumber, for example. Oh, I'm a plumber. And that you have this attachment to it, and then you have to understand that these things also it's also an attachment, a little bit of an attachment. It's a very conceptual attachment, but yes, it is nevertheless an attachment. And then there's things like idea or a way of being that you're attached to, or experiences that you're attached to. For example, you broke up with someone. That's a good example that I could give. Like you broke up with someone, and then someone could talk shit about this other person, or you talk shit about this other person, and then it's this experience that you have about it's experience that you have that is attached to you, and then you agree to be attached to. But it's also these things that you can also resolve your psychologist about. So if somebody talks bad about my, let's say, one of the ex-girlfriends, my immediate reaction would be, oh yes, I understand where that opinion is coming from, and I can also observe internally that I'm not hurt by it, or I don't need to defend it. It's more like, oh, that person just, or me, talked bad about this person, and the observation should be more like, why would that person talk bad of somebody else? So it's this detaching yourself is also a process of being enlightened, going to enlightenment. And you know what? There are some really nice lessons, like on YouTube or anywhere. This saying that, oh, you're not the body, but you're the spiritual being experiencing human life. So the statement, you're not a human, but a spiritual being that's experiencing life, the human life. This is really profound, but it lacks so much other shit that has to come with to actually grasp what it means. So one of the many stages of enlightenment, knowing the enlightenment and being enlightened, is that from the immersion phase of life, that you're really attached to all these things that you experience. From that immersion, you wake up and you kind of like see, I'm actually not the fucking body. I'm actually not the body. But there's a bit of this inner light, this this question that arises. So what am I if I'm not this body, these identities that I'm attached to? What am I? You know? And knowing that you're not the body, you're not the name, you're not this all this shit that you experience, but that's just an experience, separating from the physical phenomena and your internal experience, knowing all these things, and then realizing at some point that you're a consciousness. It's not the most accurate way to describe what you really are, but it's knowing that you are not the body. That's the first step. I would say that's actually the first step of any form of enlightenment. Yeah, meditation is cool, bro, but you gotta realize that you're not the body. This is a vehicle. Your body is a vehicle to do shit on earth, right? I'm not saying that you gotta just separate yourself from the body. It is your body, after all. Being responsible for your body is one of the major shit to be enlightened as well. I told you, work out so that you can generate more energy, and then stack your elements and open akasha, non-dual light, and be fucking badass. You need body for that. You need to breathe. So again, yeah, I sidetracked a bit, but the point is that you're not the body, but your consciousness. You're this consciousness stream, this stream of consciousness, this light that's when you close your eyes and you think about what the fuck am I, and then when you can feel this inner divinity a little bit, this light, this not just a blank state behind your eyes, but internally, I would say energetic level. That's the simplest way of saying it. The core of your energy, you can sense that there's a light. I'm not saying that's you. I'm just saying that you can see it, and interacting with it would allow you to know better as well. So enlightenment is not one-time experience. Okay, it's not one-time experience, and you don't get it just because you did some ayahuasca. You don't get it just because you did some DMT and talk with these cool beings, or you see some fucking patterns on your Sherm experience. That's not enlightenment. That's just a sneak peek of what it could be like. It's a sneak peek of what it could be like, and it's more or less, it's just a random experience that you were thrown to. It's not something that you were in charge of. And thinking that you are enlightened, or you got some level of enlightenment just because you did it, that's basically being a bitch. Okay, that's basically a bitch thinking that you know something, and just because you went to gym once, it doesn't mean that you're a fucking Olympian. Okay, there's a difference. There's a degree of difference. Okay, there's degrees, there's levels, there's a process, and I fucking wish I knew this before, because nobody told me. But there you go. Whoever's watching this right now, I hope you actually fucking listen to this. I'm not saying that you do this, okay? There's a difference. Again, listen and process it in your mind. What is this Asian fucker talking about? I know I said a lot about it, but listen and process. You don't have to agree or deny. I'm just saying, process it, think about it, and then have your own conclusion. It's not easy, but it's possible. And I would recommend on resolving your psychology first to experience enlightenment, because in the process of that, you will realize that this enlightenment is not is not the thing that you have to focus on first. It's a result. It's just a result of doing something. And it's possible if you put some effort into it, you know? So, speaking about it, it just kind of got reminded of this experience that I had. So I was talking to this person on X, and this person was talking about doing pranayama techniques, and he was preaching about those things. And I asked, okay, then so you're talking about it and you're saying that it's really cool and stuff. Have you done microcosmos orbit or macrocosmos orbit? Like, have you done this? It's a breathing cycle. Basically, you breathe and put your focus of awareness into certain parts of your body, activate certain pressure points or chakra points, and then you generate certain energy. And then you have a higher understanding of how to use your body. So basically, it's that. And he was talking about it. So I asked him if he was talking to pranayama, and so I asked him if he's done that, because I haven't done that before. I haven't done that, but I know about that. I was in the process of doing the micro orbit, which I've done now. So I asked him, and he said that achievement is illusion. And that moment, I just fucking got it. Bro did not get it. Bro did not understand what I was talking about, and he's not done that. So it's just a step, you know? It's just a fucking step of understanding the stack of this school of how to fucking breathe. And the bro just didn't get it. That's what I'm trying to say. People can talk about this shit, enlightenment, but they don't grasp the core identity of what it means to be enlightened. Basically a bitch mindset. Like, you can talk about it. I mean, you want to talk about it, but when people who's actually went above that stage ask them question, they're like, oh, like completely fucking bamboozled and doesn't know how to fucking react. Spirituality is cool. Doing magic is cool. But have you fucking gone above the level of just talking shit about it? You know, that's what I want to say. Trust me, bro, I'm fucking enlightened, you know. And then you ask them fucking, you know, these questions to the bro that says that shit. And they're like, fucking completely on fucking chokehold, like blasted with the fucking fear, you know. It's important to be aware that that's just a step. That's just how you begin, you know. That's just how you begin. It's not the end result. It's a process. It's a step, you know. It's the climb, bro. It's the climb. I'm not saying that that's the ultimate shit, but just don't think that a day at gym makes you fucking Olympian. It doesn't make you that, you know. But you feel like you kind of like you enter this new realm. That's what's important to keep in the mind. If somebody told me this in the past, when I just reached that, you know, that tutorial phase or the sampling or the experimental phase, thinking that I'm the shit there. If somebody told me this, what I'm saying right now, I would just be so fucking bamboozled. Are you telling me that there's more? You're telling me that there's more? And everything that I've done is just entry level 1, chapter 1, lesson 1, and there's like a whole fucking mountain of shit over there? Nah. But this, like the shit that I just said, if you process it, it helps. It helps. It definitely helps. So don't be a bitch and put some fucking time to it. Think about it. Because it helps. Are you suffering from typical mental illnesses? Are you suffering from relationship with people? These things can be resolved if you do, this resolving your psychology. It helps. So I hope you do that. I hope you do that and do it yourself. Fucking, I just realized, yeah. So what I'm basically saying is spirituality DIY is fucking possible. So you can do it yourself. You do need some guidance on things. It does help because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. But it's possible. That's the whole point. And the first experience you get, that's not the fucking end game. There's more to go. Yeah. Yeah. And I hope you find inner peace and get based and realize that it does get easier. It gets easier in the process. The first few months, years are gonna be the most difficult part. But once you get over that phase, the rest of it is a lot easier because you understand how to do shit yourself, your way, your method, your pace. And good luck. It wasn't easy for me, but this video, this whole shit is the reason why I'm doing it, so that I can help people, or if people can get this information in one way or another way. Have a great day and see you next time.